Today I'm going to teach you an FRC technique referred to as PAILs rails. We're going to be training and increasing internal and external hip rotation. We're going to do it from the 90-90 hip positioning. We'll get into that. So my front leg is going to stick straight out my abdomen, coming forward, and then my knees at 90 degrees. The back leg comes straight off the side of the abdomen, knees at 90 degrees. I'm going to rotate forward towards this front leg. The first step of this process is to stretch out that external and internal hip rotation. So I'm going to press this front hip crease back, and then I'm going to pull the chest up and proud as I hinge forward. We're going to hang out here for about 1 to 2 minutes, just creating more space. All right, from here we're going to go into our PAILs rails activations. So PAILs stands for progressive angular isometric loading. A lot of words, but we're just going to press this shin down into the ground. So PAILs, we press down into the ground for 10 seconds. Rails, we lift up and try and hold it up in the air for 10 seconds without moving the abdomen or hinging at the hips too much. So I'm going to start sitting pretty tall here. I'm going to press the shin down into the ground. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lift. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. We would hinge forward and sink deeper into that stretch for the 10 seconds of recovery. We're going to do anywhere from 1 to 5 or more reps, and we'll move on to the back leg. For the back leg, I'm going to do that same thing. I need to stretch the hip and create a little bit more internal rotation. So I'm going to sit this hip down towards the ground, hang out here for a minute. Okay, now we're going to use that same technique, the PAILs and the rails. So PAILs, we're pressing this foot into the ground as hard as we can, and on the rails portion, we're going to lift the foot up, getting more internal rotation. And did you see how I wanted to rock forward there? We're going to try and resist that as best we can. The more straight up, the harder it is. The farther forward, the easier it is for this back leg. So I'm going to go ahead and press down, down, down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rails lift. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. I would sink deep into that hip stretch. Again, 2 to 5 reps or more if you would like. And then we switch sides. So we're going to use a 90-90 switch. I'm going to hold this right knee down. I'm going to lift this left knee up. Sitting up as tall as I can, pull it open, create as much space as possible. Both hands can come back as we transition, and we should finish onto the other side. Now we'll do all that on the opposite side now, so we train internal and external hip rotation. And there is the 90-90 PAILs rails technique. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. If you want to send me any videos, I will be happy to give you pointers and tips.